Hey, what is going on, crypto people? It is the Crypto Siege with another day in the life, in the crazy life that is a digital asset space. Good afternoon, happy Friday. Happy Friday to each and every one of you. We're going to get straight into it today, guys, because I got a limited time as far as being able to kind of talk here. Yeah, still working on getting some things cleared up with this surgery stuff. So, but I wanted to kind of share some stuff because there's some interesting stuff. Of course, the fake news coming out today, it was fake news. The fact that Yahoo Finance picked it up saying, it's basically someone saying that the Ripple versus SEC case was settled, it was over. Not true. Fake news, just to let you know. So guys, listen, this is your XRP Ripple daily news in around 0 to 10 minutes. So first thing, we're going to go with the market because the market is doing what the market does. The total crypto market cap is 2.17 trillion. Wow, that's a big jump. 9.1% jump. And in 24 hours is pretty impressive. So Bitcoin's at 47,676. Ethereum at $3,280. Cardano's at $2.23. Binance coin is at $418. On the 7-day, we see a lot of greens going on. Solana's $164. XRP is at $1.03. Polkadot's at $31. Dogecoin's 21 cents. Terra Luna's at $38. And Avalanche, $68.88. Avalanche making a lot of significant moves in the marketplace, in the digital asset space, I should say. Certainly not financial advice, but very, very, very interesting to see what they're doing at Avalanche. For sure, David Schwartz is definitely in the picture. They had the ApexDevSummit, which is essentially the devs on the ledger, kind of coming together and sharing some interesting stuff. Quincy Jones was on there. Shout out to you, young man. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep your head up for sure. Keep focused, keep making moves. You are doing a great job and a big time value add to the digital asset space as a whole, my friends. So keep doing what it is that you're doing. So David Schwartz has some interesting stuff to say for sure. And it does kind of bring up I said this a couple of months ago when David talked about the Federated Sidechains. My personal opinion, that was about Flare Networks and discovering what Flare Networks was able to do and create. And I've always said this about the ledger. It's very, very nimble. The XRP ledger, it's nimble, it's mobile, it can move, it can adjust, it can pivot. There's so many amazing things that can be done there. These federated side chains and these hooks are just prime examples of that. And so it's almost as though there is no idea that can't be created and built on that XRP ledger. It already has decentralized exchange on it. But I do believe once Flare Networks kind of, again, Ripple the company invested in Flare Networks, right? I do believe that once they kind of discovered the whole EVM thing, that Flare Networks was able to do, so all these ERC20 tokens can come over to Flare Networks. I knew that Ripple, the company, not Ripple, I knew that the XRP Foundation, Ripple X, right? People that are building on the ledger, we're going to come up with something. Obviously, David Schwartz is a big part of that. And so the federated side chains would just make absolute sense. And so now it's going to be about, what can't the ledger do is really the question. What can't be built on it, right? And so it's going to be up to Ripple, and they got some muscles to flex, right? That's why they got a $250 million fund for NFTs, right? And so we'll look to see what we'll look to build on that. I think the interesting thing about the timing of that NFT thing is very interesting to me. With the release of that is very, very interesting to me. Because I do believe Paul Barron is kind of correct, is our developer is going to be concerned about building on that ledger if there's this pending thing going on with Ripple, the company, right? And I think that will some developers take pause? And I think that the people at whether it be Ripple X, whether it be the XRP Foundation, whether it be Ripple the company, obviously thought about that. So the timing of the release of that information, Ripple is going to do that. To me, says that they know that the wind, the WIN is right around the corner, in my humble opinion, because surely all the smart people at those particular, whether it be the foundation, Ripple X, the thing that Stefan Thomas, not David Schwartz, not Naveen Gupta, I forget the young man's name now, but anyway, the head at Ripple there, forget his name, Ashish Birla, right? And the part of Ripple that he heads, I'm sure they all thought about, this NFT thing, obviously, and the timing of launching it, right? So if Paul Barron says, well, I wonder if potential developers are going to look to go on the ledger and build because of what's going on at Ripple, surely the people at Ripple thought of that as well, right? So the timing of it, to me, speaks volumes, and they're pretty, I don't want to say it, I'm not speaking for them, I'm speaking for myself, but pretty certain that they feel like the WIN, the win, is right around the corner, because surely people are not going to come build on something that might be this or that, or get some bad this or that, right? Right? We all know that. So interesting stuff to come from David Schwartz, talking about his keynote. And I think he didn't take the time to put this out for no reason, guys. He took the time to put this out for a big time reason, right? In case you missed it, my keynote or two at the ApexDevSummit, I want to highlight the exciting updates coming to the XRP ledger. Today, the ledger XRPL devs can take advantage of the first implementation of Federated Sidechains, a toolkit or test lab to build your own blockchain while still enjoying the benefits and functionality of the XRP ledger mainnet. Scott Deverman dives in here. Ripple X releases the engineering preview of proposed federated sidechain systems. If you want to read that there, you can. Earlier this year, Ripple shared a vision for federated sidechains that can complement the ledger. So David Schwartz says sidechains make it easier for developers to customize the chain for their use cases, such as private networks, securities trading, DeFi. Speaking of DeFi, bringing Ethereum smart contracts to the XRP ledger could lower the barriers to entry for developers to build powerful DeFi apps with cross-chain interoperability. And question was asked, the people at Ethereum know that the XRP ledger was a major competitor to the Ethereum blockchain. And I think it's very, very, very obvious today what that answer is. 1000% they knew that it was the competitor. Zero chance of it. A lot of people, when they think of Vitalik, they think about Buterin, that he was one time an editor of the Bitcoin magazine. But a lot of people skip or miss saying that Vitalik Buterin slept on the couch. Stefan Thomas was at the office at Ripple constantly when they were talking about Codius. There was just a smart contracts for the XRP ledger. Then he went off, Vitalik went off and built Ethereum. So we could argue back and forth about an idea that was stolen. We could argue back and forth about that. I don't think it matters, but that is the fact. That is the fact. That did happen. The idea came from Stefan Thomas and Codius and what they were doing over there, maybe even Evan Schwartz as well. And as far, obviously, we're from David Schwartz and Michaela, right? So that's just kind of the facts, right? Remember that Schwartz and Michaela and around Stefan Thomas, around in the Bitcoin days before Ethereum, building, contributing to the Bitcoin development before Ethereum, which just can't be missed. That can't be just kind of passed over. They were there in the beginning. The XRP ledger was the better the idea was to become the better version, a better version of Bitcoin. All right, so speaking on DeFi, Ethereum smart contracts, the XRP ledger could lower the barriers to entry for developers to build powerful DeFi apps with cross-chain interoperability. And we're working on an Ethereum virtual machine sidechain between Ethereum smart contracts, hooks, and smart transactors. The XRP ledger developers will be able to build whatever they want. So that answers the question I asked earlier. What can't be built on the XRP ledger? David Schwartz says it. Between Ethereum smart contracts, hooks, and smart transactors, XRPL developers will be able to build whatever they want. On that note, applications for the second wave of the XRP Ledger Grants Program opened yesterday, 30th, with a focus on projects that leverage federated sidechains. Apply here, xrplgrants.org. I also talked about the XRP Ledger's built-in decentralized exchange. The XRPL is the OG decentralized exchange and could leapfrog other DEXs by offering novel automated market makers. A unique automated market maker implementation could allow those who provide liquidity for AMMs to take a large share of the profits that they are normally taken by arbiters. While an early idea of bringing this AMM approach to the XRP ledger could be a game changer. Lastly, a few months ago, RippleX shared that RippleX shared that it's proposing an NFT standard, the XLS20, which would bring native on-ledger NFTs. Code would be released on DevNet soon, and if adopted, the XLS20 could make the XRP ledger an attractive destination for devs to build new NFT apps. Game changer. Straight from David Schwartz, the CTO at Ripple. I think it was Kenwood Capital who made this tweet, and I do think it's significant. Let me see if I have it. XRP Ledger is taking on Ethereum with federated sidechains. You Today put something out about that. It's a pretty good read. But again, level playing field in crypto is about a level playing field, right? That's decentralization, right? If you go to bed with Wall Street, like JP Morgan, and you kind of get involved in trying to eliminate the competition versus having a level playing field that fosters competition, well, that's a challenge. That is a challenge, my friends. And so that's what kind of looked like what happened there as well. So interesting to see, but that is it. XRP Ledger is taking on Ethereum with federated sidechains. XRP developers want to lower the barrier to entry in the decentralized finance space, amongst other things, amongst many things, which is really, really cool. The Ripple CTO is convinced that migrating smart contracts from Ethereum to the XRP ledger could minimize the barrier of entry for DeFi developers. We all know Flare Networks built on a ledger, is a game changer, and they're using obviously the EVM as well to make the moves that they're making. So Schwartz slammed Ethereum's high fees, claiming that they are not something that the community should be proud of. I'm sure many of you have heard the narrative that Ethereum fees means that it's very useful. It's very popular, but it's important to keep in mind that fees are residual friction that have not been removed from the system. Apart from DeFi apps, federated sidechains also unlock such use cases as NFTs and central bank digital currencies. Big stuff, big, great timing for the ApexDevSummit as well. And I truly believe it's just the very, very beginning for the XRPL and the XRP ecosystem. I really do believe that. All right, guys, listen, I'm going to end this video like I do all of my videos and remind you guys of this, that old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather that we remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating, or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.